See, history is about facts, about things and events that happened. And so unless you have a history book that cites original source text, you cannot trust it.
Right.
Once you have this education, if you keep it to yourself, it is a sin. You see, I'm not here to teach you. And I'm not even here to entertain you. I'm here to recruit you. We need boots on the ground. We need a brigade of people who are focused on liberty in the same way that our framers were. So you can support a teacher. Maybe you don't want to stand up and teach a group. You can sponsor teachers. I don't have any speaking fees. I don't make any group compensate me for my travel. And yet I teach 265 times in over 22 states every single year. And I only do that because there are people out there who support me. Through the sale of the books that I've brought along, I have some t-shirts with me today. And people even donate, like they do a missionary, to help us because they believe in what we're doing. Get educated and support the right teachers if you don't want to teach yourself. But I think everybody should be a teacher. Get your 30-second elevator speech. And then do what my husband does. Just bump into people and say, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. Man, do you believe what's going on in America today?" And just start up a conversation.
He's good at that.
Because this is about using your rights. Because if you don't use and exercise your right to freedom of speech, freedom of press, the peaceably assembling and petitioning the government, then you will lose them. You must be able to identify and educate candidates as well. Patrick Henry said, "What would gentlemen wish? What would they have? Is life so dear and peace so sweet to be purchased at the price of chains and slavery?" Yes, Patrick Henry said more in that speech than "Give me liberty or give me death." As a matter of fact, it's an amazingly rich speech. If you haven't read it lately, go ahead and pick it up and read it again. You will see our government in it. See, Patrick Henry is standing in the church proclaiming a need to overthrow our current government. And he's saying, look, I'm telling you, we need to overthrow our own government and establish a new one. But before we do that, we must consider what we're doing. And as we're forming this new government, I want to ask you, what is our end goal? What do we want? What would we do as we form this new government? What are the two most important things that any government of people can achieve? The right to life and peace. Henry says, but are those two things, life and peace, so dear to us that we'd be willing to purchase them with chains and slavery? See, Patrick Henry is simply saying that if you don't have liberty, your life is nothing but servitude. If you don't have liberty, your peace, national security, will become your chains and bonds. I want to tell you, as you identify candidates and educate them, that morality matters. There is a reason that our framers set an age limit for our federal offices. Because they wanted us to have someone old enough to have established a record of lifestyle as an adult. Come on now, we were all 18 one time, and I'm sure we wouldn't want those scenes flashed up here on the screen. But you see, it may be human nature to have that wild and crazy time when you're a kid. But when you become an adult, you're supposed to turn away from the things of children and move towards the things of adults. And we're supposed to be moving away from that behavior to more responsible, sober, and reliable behavior. And that's why the age limits were set. So that we would look back at these people's personal lives and judge them in their human character. This is Samuel Adams, by the way, and he's a hilarious guy. He has a tendency to speak very clearly and make people mad. My kind of guy. Now, what he's talking about in this situation is something that has just happened in the House of Representatives. So we're in that period between our first revolution and the War of 1812. And we have a member of the House of Representatives who has betrayed the American people in an effort to reestablish British power. And everybody in the House of Representatives is like, oh my goodness, I can't believe it, not him, you gotta be kidding me, I would have never thought it. Samuel Adams is like, are you crazy? You knew this guy, we all knew this guy. And he says, there are virtues and vices which are properly called political. Corruption, dishonesty to one's country, luxury and extravagance tend to the ruin of the states. Oh my goodness, he just described John Boehner. There is seldom, he says, an instance of a man guilty of betraying his country who had not before lost the feelings of moral obligation in his private connections. Adams is saying, look, you all know this guy cheated on his wife. Why are you so surprised that he betrayed his country? See, it's not just a matter of infidelity. It's a matter of lifestyle of lying. Adams is saying, look, this man in his personal relationship made a promise to this woman, the most important person in his life, that he would never betray her ever. Not only did he, but he has lived a lifestyle where he's looked at that person every single day and lied to her. And if he can do that with her, then what is a country of people to him? Because morality matters. Then you gotta watch out for all these hawks, right? We are completely infiltrated with a House of Representatives who thinks their primary function is national security. Oh, here comes the rain. You might want to seal up that hole. Do you know what the primary job of the House of Representatives is?
Seat power to the president.
The primary job of the House of Representatives is to be the protectors of the 9th Amendment. They are the direct representatives of the people, and their primary job is to protect the rights and the liberties of the people from federal intrusion.